Not a chance. I was indeed still muted. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome, Avery, Silk, Dom, and Rye. I've just gone off screen. International Men's Day. Nice. Where did my text test come from, if not the chat? It came from YouTube, so don't tell anyone. But YouTube chats might appear in the chat window, so that I can keep an eye on them. And this is not a violation of Twitch's terms of service, because you can all see it and interact with it via the screen. So you are not being left out of the conversation. I am, if you can hear cans opening, I'm mixing myself a cherry Pepsi by mixing Pepsi Max and Cherry Tango. Thank you for that stimulating addition. Iron Blue Intentions. But congrats, Silk. You're on a 3-stream streak of watched streams. And it says the thing that international men. I think the international men should kiss each other to celebrate. I wish those kind of messages would appear in the text window. For some reason they don't. They don't appear in the stream chat. I need to fix that. Oh, game still says I'm playing Final Fantasy. We're not playing that. We're playing Fatal Frame. Maiden of Blackwater. International Men's Day just sounds like a day dedicated to celebrating the life and accomplishments of Mr. International himself. I don't know. I don't know, Avery. I think a thing that's a boy and a girl sounds fishy to me. Sounds like an agenda. Anyway, let's look into playing some video games. I'm going to stick with this layout. I don't know whether I'll be in the way of... Yeah, I'll be in the way a little bit. There we go. Let's lay out like this. And get back to taking some photographs of ghosts. None of that filth here. I know there was a bunch of discourse recently about like Yaoi versus Yuri. And I don't know, like a lot of people seem to mischaracterize Yaoi as being extremely sort of chaste, like hand-holdy, like ooh woo, what if we touched hands but we're both boys? And whereas Yuri is supposedly like, you know, this hyper-violent, like I don't know, like surrealist, like avant-garde, like I don't know. And I just think that's not really true. Like, one, Yaoi has plenty of like avant-garde, weird, violent, transgressive stuff. But second of all, like if you look in most bookstores, like the Yuri that's on offer is exactly the same kind of like chaste hand-holding, like what if we kissed but we're both girls, ooh woo. I think just people are like in these very online niches where they read a lot of like a specific thing and they come to imagine that it is the genre. My stream title is still Final Femboy 7. Yeah, I think that's fine for this game. Might change it to Final Femboy 5. Or Fatal Femboy, maybe. There we go. Splendid. Yeah, to finish that thought about Yaoi versus Yuri, like I'm not in the loop with Yuri, so a lot of it comes across as exactly the kind of like, I don't know, like chaste longing that people were mischaracterizing Yaoi as. But here's the thing. I'm not busy making memes slagging off Yuri because of my misunderstanding of, like my lack of knowledge of the genre. I very nearly tweeted, and I'm glad I didn't, because it would have just drawn a load of aggro. But I would have been, I wanted to say something like, I wish Yuri fans enjoyed Yuri as much as they hate Yaoi. Because yeah, it just seems like a lot of like, I don't know, like discourse on Twitter is just like slagging off Yaoi and like from Yuri fans. Again, that probably goes both ways. I'm just not, I don't see a lot of the other stuff. But yeah, that the recent discourse cycle just seemed to be people who don't really read Yaoi, like mischaracterizing it and like having a go at it. And it just, a lot of it came down to thing I like good, thing you like bad. without really sort of engaging, and then like trying to come up with like excuses for why that is. Exactly. A real Yuri fan doesn't hate on Yaoi, and a real Yaoi fan doesn't hate on Yuri. You know, I don't spend my time slagging off Yuri because I just don't read it. It doesn't appeal to me particularly. I don't hate it. I don't like, you know, I'm not revolted by the idea or anything. I just, you know, it's just not really my thing. So you know what? I just don't really engage with it that much. Whereas, like, I don't know, it feels like I get a lot of people having a big go at me for liking Yaoi, and I'm just like, if you don't like it, that's fine. But like, why do you have to come and pick fights? The anti-yaoi homophobes switch between all yaoi is uwu hand-holding and all yaoi is just violent romanticized sexual assault, depending on what's convenient for their current argument. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's either, you know, it's all either chaste nonsense that isn't, you know, that isn't really sexual, or it's like deeply problematic. And yeah, like it can't be both, really, can it? But yeah, it does seem that maybe there's two arguments being made there by different types of people, but it seems that sometimes the people making one argument and the people making the other argument will be in the same thread together, and they're not arguing with each other. Like, they very studiously avoid criticizing each other because what they're both arguing against is that yaoi is bad for some reason. Anyway, this has been a bit of a tangent. We have to play as 2 missions in a row as Yuri. Speaking of Yuri, that's fine. I can deal with it. I didn't actually play off stream like I said I would to like farm up some more film. But I will buy. Let's buy like 10,000 points worth of Type 61 film because I think that's pretty good. Thank you, Dom, for removing that message and deleting the banning the offending party. Yuri managed to rescue Miu from the Shrine of the Ephemeral, but obtained no new information about Hisoka. The only clues she has are the photograph found in the camera obscura, and the vision she saw when she touched Hisoka's charm. These lead Yuri to believe Hisoka is somewhere upstream. Clinging to this last hope of finding her friend, Yuri heads towards the Lake of the Departed, located on Mount Akami's summit. Oh yeah, she wants to find Hisoka. Right, Dom always beats me to the punch. Well, you know, you've both got moderator swords, it's not a competition. Oh yeah, I'm dressed as a goth. There's a lake. Right. In IRL, I'm wearing, like, all black as well. But, like, every item of clothing I'm wearing IRL comes from Uniqlo, whereas I don't think you can buy anything like this from Uniqlo. I can hear the radio. Splendid. More film. I think Uniqlo should release an EGL line. Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing with a lot of Uniqlo's clothing is it's sort of like, you know, I love Uniqlo, so this isn't a criticism, but a lot of it is sort of very, like, plain, and that's what I like about it, because it you know, it goes well with a lot of, like, stuff. I wish they did sort of brighter colours. What's going on over here? But yeah, I do have a delightful EGL dress, courtesy of Silk, who bought me a lovely birthday present. When I touch my eye, does my avatar pick that up? Yeah, he does. Cool. Dom, just imagine it's a round of Grand Blue. Well, I don't. Not this isn't like a call out stream or anything, but Rai can be lightning fast in Grand Blue, but can also tends to hold back and hold the block button. Need to hold the ban button. Hisoka Kurosawa on a side road. Most Uniqlo colour options skew very muted and warm-toned, which saddens me as the ultimate cool-toned princess male. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for me, because I'm sort of like, I think I am quite an autumn-toned, like... autumn-toned person. Autumn tones, like, suit me well, I think. Ah, you son of a bitch. Heal by that's a nice bit of damage. See if I can parry him this time. Can't lock on. Oh, did I get him? It's finished. He's got the infinity face paint from MGS3. Not understanding colour theory voice. Yeah, I'd say my tones are pretty cool. Hey, he's back again. There's two of them. This is no good. Oh, I got him. Dodge. I want to fatal glance you, but I cannot. Oh, they're gone. That was weird. Oh. Turning on the turning on the YouTube comments seems to make the chat repeat itself, which is not a good development, so I might have to go and disable that. strange thing to have happen. But I can open the YouTube comments by... I should be live on YouTube. Why can I not find my own YouTube channel on YouTube? That's weird. Right, there we go, I found myself. I'll stick this chat here. Femboy gets stuck in time loop. There we go. Not making a joke about femboys usually getting stuck in other places. Which way was I supposed to be going, by the way? This way. To the Forbidden Valley. Ah, can't be that bad, right? But yeah, like, you know, I didn't really want to weigh in on a lot of the Yaoi versus Yuri discourse because, like I say, you know, I don't really, like, care that much about a lot of it. Ooh, not today, Mr. Ghost. But also, you know, I have quite a large account, and if I, you know, do say something, it can sometimes turn into just days and days of discourse, which I'm not necessarily that interested in. Oh, 2 ghosts avoided in a row. I don't think I can get through here. There must be a way I can get around it. Like, you can very clearly just climb over that stone, like, fence. I mean, she's wearing a dress, so it might be a little bit awkward, but, you know, I'm sure you can step over it in a safe manner. It's like Groundhog Day, but the main character keeps trying different brands of stripy socks. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, a lot of, like, discourse online at the moment just seems to be like, you know, thing I like good, thing you like bad, and then coming up with it with reasons why, like, you know, oh, the thing I like is actually, like, really woke, and the thing you like is really unwoke. She is tall. And pretty horrifying looking, honestly. Oh, you don't. Yeah, look at the length of that neck. Why can't I... Oh, wow, most of her weak spots are, like, around her ankle? It's a bit weird. Can we fatal glance this tall, tall lady? I can't fatal glance her. Damn. So we can't get her backstory. Her ghostly backstory. just like the fashion model in Junjito story. Ozempic Lady Dimitrescu. And yet, some of you would be fixed by her. Her backstory: her dad was a human and her mum was a giraffe. Her backstory is that she did a really big stretch. I want that shiny. Ooh, Type 90 film. I think people are more into normal Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah, honestly. Whoa. Hello. What's your deal? You don't have a like lock-on spot. Which, oh, there you do. Wow, we've done hardly any damage to this guy. Has that finished him? It has. There are people who want to fuck the Chimera Dragon form of her as well. Yeah, most likely. Or have her fuck them. I really, really wanted to like Final Fantasy VIII more than Final Fantasy, what am I talking about? Resident Evil 8 more than I actually did. And I think one of the like the villains in it are all really cool. Like I like Lady Dimitrescu. Oh my god. Whoa. Has he like split himself in two, or has he just like duplicated himself entirely? I can't quite tell. Oh, is that a one-shot kill with the crush lens? Hell yeah. It's still very funny for Capcom to use her as the crux of all their marketing because of how popular she was, and she's killed about a fifth of the way into the game. Yeah, she's like, I thought that the game was going to be, you know, you go into her mansion, and you fight her, and then you beat her. Like, spoiler alert. I thought the game was going to be more, you'd go into like the mansions of each like villain and like, you know, fight them, but then her level is pretty much the only one that's really sort of like that. Ah, shit. Which was a bit of a disappointment. I tried to play Resident Evil 8, but got stuck in the very first area. I might play it on stream at some point. I quite like it. I also played it in VR, and I think Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 4 VR are like some of the best VR stuff I've played, and kind of the only VR stuff, honestly. Oh, and some like Project Wingman, and it's good. It's fun. But I do sort of think that outside of like cockpit games and outside of like shooters, VR is a bit of a nothing burger. Silk, you also insisted on playing on the highest difficulty. Well, that'll be why. You literally just can't win on the highest difficulty. You don't have enough ammo to like kill any of the enemies, and you need to kill like 10 of them to progress, I think. So it's just impossible on the, like, they call it like hard difficulty, but it's just impossible. You're supposed to go on like New Game Plus to play on the harder difficulties. And it's the thing, like, you know, the harder difficulty levels of Resident Evil make the enemies more aggressive, but also just make them huge damage sponges. So it's not really like it's that, you know, it doesn't make the game like more engaging to play. It just makes it so that like you have to have completed the game already to have like increased your health bar. Running girl. Running girl. I need to get running boy. Nah, I missed him. Fuck. I wanted to get spooked. Yeah, like harder difficulty levels aren't any spookier. In fact, they're a lot less spooky because like enemies are just way more aggressive, so they don't hide from you as much. They're just in your face all the time. So yeah, I think like on the harder difficulty levels, like Resident Evil is a lot less spooky. There's Hisoka in front of the Jizo. She wasn't quite in front of the Jizo. Correction, game. A row of 5 Jizo statues draped in cloth. That it is. But yeah, like, I think, oh yeah, 8 is fun. I think the thing that really like stopped me from it being one of my favorite like Resident Evil games is the fact that the protagonist is so boring. Like, it's the same protagonist as in 7, and he's such a personality vacuum. She's bought all the new Steam console. Look. Ethan Winters is certainly no Leon F. Kennedy. Leon F. Kennedy? Isn't it S? Yeah, no, F stands for femboy. I don't wanna. Oh, come on. Oh, that was like a fatal chance. Oh. What's that trophy I just get? Took 100 shutter chance shots. Look at me. That was an absolutely demented looking face. Ah, come on, I pressed the dodge button. Oh. Right, I need to use the heal lens. She won't stay still long enough to let me take a snap. Ah, shit. Too early. Wow, she has so much health. Where is she? Oh. Can I Fatal Glance her? Good example of a game that loses its scare factor on harder difficulties. Silent Hill 2 Remake. Subtle enemy movements and surprises are replaced with almost never-ending stream of enemies. Yeah, like, it feels like... Oh, shit. Feels like Resident Evil sort of, like, won the survival horror war, in that, like, every survival horror game is trying to be Resident Evil now. I like how her attacks are just running at you with a mirror. Critical dysphoria damage. Yeah. Another journal. It's been written in beautiful handwriting. I became a shrine maiden after I survived that flood. I was half dead when I awoke amongst the corpses. I could see things that no one else could see. That was my calling. Purified my body, and when I arrived at the mountain, I was overwhelmed with a cacophony of voices. The talking trees, the whispering stones, the weeping water. Veins on every leaf stood out vividly. Images of death flashed in front of me. I could smell the choking stench of death. Told I would need more training. I wanted to flee as soon as I arrived, but I had no home to run away to. I've got the blow lens. A lens that allows you to deal twice the normal damage output to targets. Is that not the same as the crush lens? Like, does the crush lens not do the exact same thing? A lens that deals more damage to targets based on its level. A lens that's slow... Oh, that's the slow lens. Wait, when did I get that? Deal twice the normal... Yeah, hang on. Where's the crush lens? Yeah, the crush lens... Oh, so when you upgrade the crush lens, it goes from like 2.5 to 3 times damage. Whereas the blow lens, it gets cheaper and cheaper to use. Kind of makes sense. I wonder what the universe where Clock Tower game won the horror game wars is like. Wasn't the slow lens a few straight? It may well have been. So you know what? I will equip forcibly staggers the photograph target. I don't think that's as good as the slow lens. And for my third lens, I'll have the crush lens, because I think that's just probably the best of the... Like, what is the crush lens does? Yeah, like 3 times the damage. Let's upgrade this once. Can I upgrade the camera? I really want to get that final upgrade. Make that use less spirit power. Yeah, I want to know what's the world where our Oni won the survival horror game wars. Or what's that other, like, Ib? Like, I really like that. I think I played that, like, maybe once or twice. Like, way back in the day. I'm going to use some of my herbal medicines to heal up a bit. Was it you said the owl only looked like Glinner? How does a blow lens reduce spirit power? Also, hi Ellie. I don't know. What does the... where do I look at my camera? Wait, what is it? Like, the kanji for it looks like Geki, like attack. So I can't quite read it. So I can't confirm. Whereas the one I'm actually using, Crush, I don't recognise that kanji off the top of my head. The slow one looks like, it looks like it's got bits of the same kanji for, like, to lead. But yes, no, it was me that said Glinner looks like the Aooni demon. Because, like, in every... Like, I don't mean to, like, you know, body or appearance shame anybody, but in every photograph I've ever seen of him, he just looks like, I don't know, like he's the kind of thing that would appear on screen as a jump scare in, like, an RPG Maker horror game. I haven't played Fear and Hunger. I've heard nothing but good things about them, though, so... What am I taking a photograph of there? Oh, Hisoka Kurosawa standing in the lake. Let's run out to get to fetch her. I think the crush kanji is kai, to crush or flatten. Huh. It's a sea an enemy. I mean, I've seen a lot of, like, negative discourse surrounding Fear and Hunger, but the actual games themselves, people seem to rate pretty high. Run from the shadow. Don't mind if I do. Whoops. My mistake. Escaped. I should leave here and get away from the mountain. I mean, yeah, you should. Yuri followed Hisoka's trace to the shore of the Lake of the Departed, where it vanished into the mist. In her place, a woman appeared, the same dark presence seen in Hisoka's photograph. Unable to inflict any damage with the camera obscura, Yuri's only option was to run. Yuri recalled the outline of a large torii gate over the misty lake. Could that be where Hisoka was headed? Pretty short level, that one. I hope the next one is with Ren. Yes, splendid. This might be where we get to see Rui all trussed up for a wedding. Fear and Hunger is a weird-ass Finnish game with a lot of very gross ways to die, including by sexual assault. I believe it's inspired by Berserk. disappointing to me how few horror RPGs there are when it's a very popular genre in tabletop RPGs. Yeah, it seems like it's, it's something that like most horror games, I think, try to go for like first-person survival horror stuff because it's easier to get people scared if you like put them in first person and they're sort of like experiencing firsthand all of the horror. But like I think I don't really like that kind of horror. What I prefer is like a more sort of psychological horror, and I think that's narrative and that's like atmosphere and vibe, and so it's weird that like more horror games, more mainstream ones don't explore different genres. More horror games should reward you for being gay by restoring you to full health. Exactly. It doesn't really hide that Lagarde is Griffith. Nice, now I'm interested. Miu and Yuri sleep after returning from Mount Hikami. Learning that Haruka has been taken by a ghost, Ren and Rui keep a watchful eye on the girls to prevent it happening again. I don't know whether our film is like shared between characters. Oh my god, yeah, this is the fucking terrifying level where you have to like watch them through the CCTV, I think. When Yuri returns from Mount Hikami summit, she quickly collapses from exhaustion. Meanwhile, Miu is in an unnaturally deep slumber. Worried that some unwanted visitors may be on their way, Ren and his assistant Rui decide to watch over the girls through the shop's surveillance system. I don't know why they wouldn't just watch over them by being in the same room, but... Well, yeah, if it gets picked up on the camera, I guess. That's how I sleep too. Our first Rui sighting of the stream, exactly. EP Rui. Rui seems to be unconscious, or maybe just asleep. I wonder what that rumbling was. Something must be happening on the mountain. Yuri and Miu have both been affected by the noise. I should make sure that they're okay. Check the surveillance cameras. Something might have come again. I need to check the surveillance camera feeds to see if the girls are okay. Cool. Got a lot of surveillance cameras, considering this is like, it's a cafe, but it's also like a private dwelling. So Ellie, Rui is not actually given any gender in the original Japanese. It's only in English that Rui is gendered female. Right. Because I didn't see anything. I should keep checking on them every now and then. I did not know this. Yeah. So yeah, in particular, I think I saved it, so let's go and have a look in my albums. Yeah, this cutscene in particular. Oops, I'm knocking my camera over trying to get my... This is from a previous stream. So, yeah, don't talk to me, mood. You'll notice that Rui didn't say, I'm a girl. Rui just said, watashi wa. Didn't actually get a chance to finish the sentence before the ghost said, usotsuki. It's weird that I think this game decided to insert a sort of canon gender for Rui, where one does not exist in the original Japanese. But yeah, elsewhere I think the game refers to Rui as she, which I don't believe it does when you play in Japanese. Rui was supposed to be a character that could be interpreted as as male or female. But yeah, the English localization of this game was clearly not very happy with that, and so decided to oh, hang on, I want that book. Can I have it? This is... Ah! That's how I pick up books on my own bookshelf. Local customs. Oh yeah, I love Rui a lot. Anti-woke localizers. I've said before, I think if this game were to come out now, there would probably be discourse about it. Although probably not, because it's a fairly niche sort of like weird game that I don't think many of the many people really play. Or it'd be a game that I think a lot of people would pretend they care about deeply for the purposes of discourse. A local fool suddenly declared that he'd married. The village threw celebrations, but no one had seen the bride. Someone went to man's house and could hear the sound of a woman talking within. However, looking from inside, he saw only the man. Days passed and the man hasn't left his house, so one of the villagers went to check on him. There was no one inside the house, only an old photograph. In the photo was the bride hiding her face, and the missing man was at her side. The man who saw the photo said the bride appeared to be smiling. Right. Let's continue surveillance. Think about their name, it's Rui. Yeah, it's similar to Gatchaman. Right, Yuri's fine. So is Miyu. Oh shit, a ghost! Where you at, ghost? Oh crap! So, I better go to Yuri's room.
No doubt.
No doubt. I actually don't know the fastest way to Yuri's room. Probably this way. I think this might be the stage with the awesome boss. Yeah, I think this one's Yuri's room. This is a very cramped room to have a boss fight in. Right, let's quickly see if we can upgrade the film at all. The camera. Oh man, that's expensive. Slows the enemy down whilst taking 4 continuous photos. Best description of this level is man watches Yuri live stream on his computer. Yuri's notebook. Seems like she's written in it like a diary. Oh, well, just feel free to fucking read through that, mate. When my heart gets weak, I can't even breathe. It takes all my strength just to breathe. All I can do is take the breath and then hope to take another. I grow exhausted and spend all my strength just to live. I'm aware of death, and I see. Fucking mood. People whispering, people with broken faces, people with ruined bodies, people who stare at me from bloody sockets, people crying endlessly. All I can do is close my eyes, cover my ears, and wait for the moment to pass. They are always watching me. They say I don't belong here. It should have gotten better. I should have gotten better. Oh, Yuri. Hey, mate. You can't be here. Shadowy man.
Give it up already.
Give it up already. Why not just... An antique lamp has been placed on a plain writing desk. That's not a plain desk. That's quite a nice one. My fucking IKEA desk is plain. Is she alright? Confirm. Seems to be having a nightmare, but is otherwise okay. Oh shit, what was that? It just felt man in hallway. Oh, I don't like that one bit. Himedanshi. Fudanshi is for men who like yaoi. Exactly. I mean, people like to pretend that like Yuri is somehow like an even more sort of chastised and like looked down upon genre than yaoi, but like there's a reason why yaoi fans are called like himejoshi and himedanshi. I mean, like princess boy, princess girl, or princess girl, princess boy, all the way around. Whereas like, yeah, someone who's into yaoi is called fujo or fudanshi, which means like ruined or rotten. Fujin is for NB yaoi enjoyers, also Japanese wind gods. Yeah, that's cool. Shrine maidens are common. Who were the Shrine Maidens? As women who immersed themselves in water and led people to their deaths. The Shrine Maidens of Mount Hikami call to mind the tales of bewitching sirens. Just help yourself to whatever books are lying around, mate. Nice. Born to be a princess, forced to be rotten. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. What am I doing? Why am I going? Why am I opening the drawer? I wanted to open the door. I don't know which is the best way to go to get back downstairs. Check. Yeah, you can look down on the shop from here. Truly. How is my MB them friend doing? Back to the surveillance. Back to my extremely creepy live feed of these girls' bedrooms. Wonder if there's time for me to pour a drink before the next haunting happens. Oh, she's woke up. Wait, she's not one of the girls who's supposed to even be here. Like, that's Yuri. And there's Miyu. Right. Something strange is afoot. Let's check up on Miyu. Where is Miyu anyway? What room did we stick her in? Was it this one? No. Oh, did we put her upstairs? Man returns to watching Yuri livestream while themboy wife sleeps unknowingly beside him. I put cameras in their bedrooms for safety, officer. Hey! Oh, you rat bastard. This is a very tabloidy headline level. Yeah. Hey! Everything seems normal. I do not think so. I'm not going to take a picture of the sleeping girl. More books. Nice. I should go and check on Miyu just in case. Oh, okay, just in case. Just for safety, officer. She seems to be having a nightmare, but is otherwise okay. Why is the TV on? I often find myself asking that same question. There's nothing but static. Oi! What are you doing here? What the hell is going on there? Ah! Why can't I take photographs of her? Man, Ren's camera really sucks without the special lenses. Just reach into the wall. Yowza. Right. Back to the live stream. Oh, you're joking. These ghosts are all on the ground floor. Whoa! Why doesn't that work sometimes? Right. Reach out and touch ghosts. I need to heal. Herbal medicine. Please, Rui, just lie on the sofa. Sometimes, you know, you want to shrimp up. Right, the music being around suggests there's still more ghosts. Are they in here? A wet note. Check. It must get cleaned regularly. I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do now. I was expecting to fight a ghost. I should quickly pop in and check on Yuri. Hey girl, you still sleeping? The wet note. Nothing shaking in here. That's fine. Are they after me or Yuri? Or both? Right, you're all good. The music hasn't stopped though, and I've checked every room in the house now. I guess I'll just get back to the live stream. Hello. I would hate to be looking at a video feed of me, like from behind. That would freak me out properly. That's not fair. You're not allowed to go in the wall like that. Ugh. Dodging is like extremely inconsistent in this game. Sometimes it just puts you in like a position that's so much worse. Right, ghost busted. Whoops. Did not mean to take a picture of that door. Yeah, like, you know, this kind of thing, sitting at a computer or a TV, watching the back of my own head, would like really freak me out because I'd just be worried that I'd see something in the camera and then I'd want to. Oh shit! What's going on? Oh no! Where'd Rui go? I might need to upgrade the loader speed on Ren's camera because it is pretty bad. Hey Rui! Oi! Rui Kagamiya walking along the hallway. Dragged man. Graham Linehan after I compared him to the Ao-Oni demon. Can't see into the room through the torn sliding door. There isn't anyone inside. Cool. Yeah, got it. Am I meant to be following the dragged man? Perhaps not. Or perhaps so.
Mother.
Rui's notes have fallen on the floor. What could this mean? Mr. Hojo is captivated by the woman in that photograph. He's never been good with women, but he's starting to change. I can't do anything about it. He's changing. I'd like to keep things between us just as they are, the relationship we have now. I like the ambiguity, but he's going to decide sooner or later. I wonder, which way will he choose? Gay or straight? I thought you were quiet all stream, just noticed my volume on Twitch was only about 20%. Right, that'll be it. I've actually, Mr. Hojo was never good with women is a good chunk of the plot of Final Fantasy VII. I was gonna say, we're playing two games concurrently that have a character called Hojo. And they're very different. Look at him, he's pogging. Mategre. Hi, Rui. Where are you going to touch there, pal? What are you reaching out for? Oh, it was all a dream. Very calmly put his glasses on there. I like that none of my costume choices are reflected in the cutscenes. So, like, I'm not wearing the white wedding gear. Women stealing our NBs. Exactly. Oh!
君は大丈夫か？
私、やっぱり山に戻ります。
What's up with this guy?
私を連れて行ってくれますか？
無茶を言うな。危険すぎる。
Not a chance.
そうですか。いろいろとお世話になりました。
I love having a soundboard.
Was this story based? Yes.
これ、お借りしてもいいですよね。
I do actually. Don't borrow that.
おい、待てよ。
殺したの。じゃあ、行きますね。
No. I have no interest in this woman.
Ren is watching over the sleeping Yuri and Miu on the surveillance cameras, but he passes out. He has a dream where he's chasing after Rui, but when he wakes up, both Yuri and Rui are gone. He finds Miu getting ready to leave for Mount Hikami, taking Yuri's camera obscura with her. The door shuts behind Miu, leaving a bewildered Ren behind. Oh, an S rank!
No.
Nice. He has a dream where he's chasing after Rui. Ren chaser confirmed. Right, let's do this level. I think we might have to wait until the next stream to see any wedding stuff, but we'll get this level done. I've promised there is wedding content with Rui, but I think it might be quite deep into the game. Miu wakes up to discover that Yuri has been taken to Mount Hikami, which borrows Yuri's camera obscura and heads for the mountains against Ren's advice. She hopes not only to find Yuri, but some clues to her mother's whereabouts as well. Oh, I should have... hang on. Can we... Right, can we go back to the... I want to buy Miu Hinasaki outfit, the Tormented. Right, it's not that interesting. Cutesy goth ensemble white. Yeah, why not? Sure. In this cage ring. Nah, I'll be alright without the ring. There we go. Spend the money wisely on alt costumes. Alt fashion is always worth the price. Exactly. Follow Yuri's trace. Oh, she's wearing mismatched socks. This outfit is pretty peak. Nah, actually, I don't. First, I don't love the corset, and I'm not this like sort of like bib look. I like the mismatched socks. That's very cool. What the? If Yuri can use it, so can I. Slow motion shots. Hold down the shutter button to slow down ghosts. This consumes spirit power. When you let go of R2 or run out of spirit power, all targeted ghosts will take damage. Oh, you can just like overexpose the... Oh, that's fun. Does it do a fair bit of damage to them? It does a fair bit, yeah. Oh, I need spirit power to do it. Right. Oh, they all dodged out the way. Right, can I... Yeah, I'm not going to buy the swimsuit, because I think that's probably just going a bit too far. Spend money wisely on alt costumes, me with my paycheck.
You're despicable.
You're despicable. Alt girl breaks up illicit, immoral, scandalous rendezvous between heterosexuals. Precisely. I don't think anything in this game comes close to like the cool like leather jacket look that Yuri has. But yeah, I've got some Jeremy Irons opinions on on gay and straight marriage.
Somehow we debase or we change what marriage is. You see, could a father not marry his son?
Well, there are laws against incest.
It's not incest between men.
I still can't believe he fucking said that.
But men don't breathe.
Very, very true. But it's not incest between men. There's a even better clip of him. He's asked like, "What the fuck were you talking about, mate? You made a statement about gay marriage being similar to incest or something," and he responds with, "I didn't make a statement. I was in a discussion." And I really, really want to get like angry Jeremy Irons. I think that would make a great drop. Oh, come! It's half my health. Fuck me. I need to use the healing lens, and I can't. There we go, that's healed me up. Let's try using the slow lens. Seem to do very little. Oh, he's like really slowed down. Oh, that makes dodging his attacks like really easy. Ooh, okay. He's got so much health. I should be using better film. I love he goes all purple when I hit him with the slow lens. It's still really hard to like parry his attacks. They're like only active for like a couple frames where I can actually react to them. Defeated. You should be using the blaze blue. Fatal! Ah, do I have that on the sound? I don't think I do. I only have...
Counter.
Oh, where?
I'm too weak. Oh, don't kill me, please.
Yeah, I don't think I have, Fatal! Oh, well, I do have the sound, I just haven't put it in the soundboard. Bonk. Thank you for throwing a monster. I actually have not been able to get my hands on any white monster for several weeks now, because it seems to just be like completely sold out at the Sainsbury's I usually shop at. For weeks, like you can't buy it in singles or like multi-packs. I don't know why. It's only the white monster as well. It's all the like the sugared ones are just like filling up the shelves now. I can't tell whether it's like because like some boomer who runs the place is just like, no, they should be buying the sugared colas, the sugared drinks. Oh shit! Girl hiding in shadows. It was a pretty good hiding place. I didn't see him. Need to find the other trans femme who's been scooping it all up and challenge him to a duel. Yeah, I wonder, because I do live in quite a studenty area. Oh, you again. Ah! What the hell? Yeah, I know. Why does the game keep trying to tell me that? Also, why'd that ghost just leave? Dense brush is blocking the way. I have to go. I'm sorry. Okay. I found Monster as the unofficial sponsor of Trans Energy. Yeah, I don't really know why that happened. Like, I guess it's just because, like, trans people are mostly sort of, like, in the same sort of, you know, millennial to zoomer age category, and we tend to, like, you know, we tend to fucking need energy drinks just to survive. Dom. Am I going the right way at all? Oh, hello. Are you actually going to attack at all? Blech. Let's try using the crush lens. Time lens. Okay. I'm just glad we as a community have not adopted gamer sups as our drink of choice. Yeah. Yeah, right. The Monster is the unofficial sponsor of unmedicated ADHD. Definitely. Although, here's the thing, like, I had a period of time where Monster, like, was basically necessary for me to, like, be able to work. It wore off real quick. Like, now I can drink it and it gives me, like, a kick of energy, but it does not last. I'm really struggling with this one. Gotcha this time. Well, I actually wanted to touch the ghost, but whatever. Cheer up, love, it might never happen. Caffeine just makes me sleepy, so unfortunately I haven't become a White Monster convert, although I did look at it the last time I was in the store. The thing I used to do in university was I would have like a massive, like, I'd get like the biggest coffee I could from the library cafeteria, sink a Pro Plus with it. Boy standing at a grave. Is there another ghost that I'm missing nearby? I think there was, but oh well. Oh no, it's just the item. Yeah, so I would drink, like, I'd drink a Pro Plus with, like, a massive, like, the biggest coffee I could get, or, like, the most caffeine I could get in a cup. And then I would go and have a nap in, like, the little library common area for, like, 20 minutes, and then wake up feeling invincible. But even that, like, stopped working after a while. Oh, she's wearing the costume that I equipped her with. Oh, you again. You're no fun. Oh yeah, makes it way easier to fatal frame him. And is it just me, or did I get like way longer to like take the fatal chance? My ex-boyfriend was so addicted to Monster and the smell of it was so repulsive I've never been attempted to drink it, despite needing a lot of caffeine to function normally. The thing about gamer subs is that you can tell from the marketing that the company is run by straight men gooners and women VTubers who cater to that audience. It's not even like... There's not even one like femboy thighs flavour or whatever thing, let alone proper husbanders. It's like the company is allergic to queer men. There's a lot of like companies in like the gaming and like marketing to gamers space that like seem to want to I don't know, like force the space into being what they imagine it to be. Like as a sort of related example, Pepsi Dog went to oh, it's the kids again. I got one of them. Oh no, these are actually a fight. Okay. Can I... Not so fast. Oh, do they all get damaged? Can I, like... Oh, they still get damaged even if they're out of frame. Oh, that's cool. Wait. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. About, yeah, Pepsi Dog went to Greg's the other day to get, like, some of their festive, like, vegan stuff. They're one of the only companies that, like, sort of caters to vegan, you know, vegans. But it feels like the company boss, like, doesn't like that, because, like, they never have enough. They never make enough, like, vegan stuff to actually keep it stocked throughout the day. It's always the stuff that sells out. And it just feels like the company boss, like, wants the money of, like, catering to vegans, but without, but, you know, it sort of doesn't like that. He, like, wants to sell more, like, meat products. And I don't know, it's like, it's weird, like, wanting to, like, make money off vegans by selling to them, whilst also, like, sort of, I don't know, not stocking enough stuff to actually capitalize on that market as much as you could, and only having, like, a few different vegan items that cycle in and out. They don't have many cons anymore to have booth babes at. Yeah, when games companies would hire booth babes. Also, where did Pepsi Dog go? He is on a business trip this today and tomorrow. He'll be back really late on Friday, which, by the way, I'm probably not going to stream because I'm going to be seeing my mother on Friday, so I won't be around then. And I may not stream on Saturday either, just because me and Pepsi Dog will have been apart for a few days, and we might just spend the weekend chilling out together. Is this not where I was supposed to go? Oh, sorry. Where did Pepsi Dog go to? Oh yeah. I finished that one. He went to Greg's. Wanting to make money off a small hated demographic whilst still hating that demographic is unfortunately still too common. Right, okay, yeah. I'm getting my wires tangled because I'm also fighting ghosts whilst relaying these stories, and I have ADHD, so my focus is easily stolen. Old woman wearing black. Yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy how, you know, the games industry has sort of changed a lot in what is now, you know, what they can get away with and what kind of marketing strategies they did and still do, and what they don't do. I think it's, you know, it's changing slowly for the better. But yeah, like if you look at like gaming stuff from like the early 2000s, it's like a different world. Speaking of gaming from the early 2000s, a bunch of people have been going crazy about Half-Life 3 recently because they think it's going to be announced today, which it's almost certainly not. But yeah, like Half-Life is one of those games that I've never really understood the nostalgia for. I wish I could find the menu in my brain where I can spend in-game points to upgrade how quickly I focus. Yeah, honestly. It's remarkable how much this game sort of recycles its not only its like level assets by making you just go through the same levels again, but the same plot beats. Like Yuri came to the mountain, confronted this woman, and then ran away. Then came back here, so now I come back almost the exact same path as Mew to do exactly the same, which is we get here and then we run away. Wah! She appears in this corridor. I'm out of luck. Excuse me. The little damage in like enemy indicators in this game are so worthless. Oh shit, game over? What? Why? I like Half-Life 1 a lot. It's a very tight game. It's probably my favourite shooter before I discovered Quake. Yeah, like, I don't know, because, like, I think... I didn't really like shooters. I always thought Half-Life 1 was sort of, like supremely mid. And then Half-Life 2, I think the aesthetic of that game looks awful. And I can play games with like bad. How do I like skip this cutscene? There we go. I can play games that look bad. Like I liked Deus Ex a lot, and I think it's because I played games like Deus Ex that things like Half-Life seemed so sort of dull to me. Whoops. Stay away. Like, yeah, I enjoyed Half-Life. You know, I don't think it's bad or anything. But it's crazy to me that people act like it's this sort of like extremely influential and like revolutionary game that like changed the how things work. And it's like Halo came out before it, and that had like a massive impact on like the way console shooters work. And I'm not even an Xbox person. Deus Ex came out before it, I think, and had massive impact on like, you know, how people understood. You could tell like massive stories and I don't know, have these sort of like role-playing elements in a game. Even within its own genre, it's like it was already outdone by a lot of games, I think. Deus Ex came out between Half-Life 1 and 2. Right, okay. But yeah, like, you know, Half-Life 1, I think, on PC, you know, was like a shooter that was trying to tell like a story. It was basically trying to tell the story of The Mist by Stephen King. Is Yuri with me? Oh yeah, here she is. She doesn't even care. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, yeah, like, you know, games had already come out on the PlayStation, which I think were doing more sort of like, you know, oh, games can be used to tell proper, like, stories. As Yuri waded into the mist over the lake of the departed, she was stopped by Mew. The distance between the girls seemed to narrow. Losing their parents at a young age and being able to see into the souls of others, the girls have realised the girls have more in common than they have first realised. Yuri still hasn't found Hisoka while Mew searches for her mother Miku. The eerie, dark figure that appeared by the lake may just hold all the answers, but why does she keep calling out to Yuri? Another S rank. But yeah, I don't know, like, Half-Life 3 truthers are crazy. Like, they are expecting the game to be this sort of, like, revolutionary, like, leap forward for games, and I just don't think that's what either of the previous games were. That's part of the mythos surrounding them, that they were this kind of, like, massive, like, jump forward in games. Half-Life 2, the gravity gun is sort of like a glorified tech demo for what the Source engine can do. But it's telling how few games actually use the Source engine. I mean, I don't know for sure, because I'm not like a game developer, but it doesn't seem like it was really all that sort of like revolutionary. And yeah, in terms of like games as a storytelling medium, there's been better examples before and after Half-Life. I think it's a very atmospheric game. Like Half-Life 1 does a great job of like, you know, building up its atmosphere. But you know, Silent Hill 1 was already on the PlayStation 1, that I think also has a really great like build up of atmosphere. Plot twist: Miyu and her mother's name is Hatsune. Ren's true family name is Kagamine. Or is it Kagamiya? Or is it Kagamine? I can't remember. But yeah. To finish this thought about Half-Life, it's just, yeah, it's so funny to me that there were people saying that like today or this month or next week is going to be the time that the Half-Life 3 comes out, because Half-Life news has typically happened in a November. It's the 27th anniversary, and 27 is 3 to the power 3. So November 27th would be near to the 27th anniversary. So it's got to happen. It's coming out definitely, because of that. Even though Valve has never done this kind of numerological nonsense. Yeah, and like, you know, what could Half-Life 3 possibly introduce to first-person shooters that's going to be this massive, like, you know, genre-defining twist? Like, I don't see what possible sort of innovate. Like, they tried to introduce VR and no one played Half-Life Alyx, so I don't understand what else where there else is to go right now. Like, playing with like gravity and like portals and stuff is something that Portal already did. Like, physics engines in games aren't that impressive anymore. Like, no one really cares for like physics-based puzzles. Smell-o-vision. So yeah, like, why people are so anticipating this game, I think it's a game that can only possibly disappoint them. It cannot live up to the hype of 27 years of nearly 2 decades of waiting. It can only disappoint them. Whereas, at least the Silk Song people, when they were like, "Oh, Silk Song's definitely getting announced this month or whatever," at least for the last 3 years, those people had the fact that Team Cherry had said, "We are making the game." Valve have never even said they have even started making Half-Life 3, let alone that it's close to completion and it's going to just be released out of nowhere like tomorrow. So yeah, it's just crazy to me. And as well, for a game series which I think of as being extremely sort of like mid, not bad, but they're not like, they're not what people think they are. I think Half-Life 3 should introduce homosexuality to first-person shooters. It's the last frontier. Yeah, like, I could only possibly... that's another reason I say, like, this game can only possibly disappoint them. Because most of the interesting things that it could do are things that I think the majority of these, like, gamer people do not want to see. Press F to frot. Exactly. And I don't know. I don't like first-person shooters that much anyway, so I'm probably the wrong person to come to for hype on that front. But yeah, it's just wild to me. All of this nostalgia. I think it is just like PC gamers have like a nostalgia for a time when PC gaming, I think, was pretty bad. Like in the early 2000s. There was loads of games that you could point to right now of being like, oh, they were classics. But like, I think at the time, PC gaming was pretty bad. And so games like Half-Life coming out, huge, and Half-Life 2, huge buy-in from people because they're like, oh my god, this is the game that sort of like is genre defining. But I think they forget that gaming existed elsewhere, not on the PC. We were all enjoying our PlayStation games. I think it could revolutionize the genre by bringing back linear levels instead of open world slogs. Well, that's the thing. Like, Call of Duty has already been doing that, like having linear sort of levels and stuff. There have been like, I don't know, like linear shooters. They've been coming out for years, and like I think the genre of first-person shooters is just sort of oversaturated. So I don't understand what Half-Life could bring that's really new and fresh. It could certainly like go back to a bunch of like stuff that is now considered classic within the genre, but like what could it bring that's new that hasn't been done before? I generally don't know what. I think it's a bit of a spent force as a genre. Seeing the backlash to how shit Black Ops 6 turned out to be has been fun. Yeah, people I think are sort of... Well, that said, we probably exist in a bit of a niche where, for us, there's a backlash to Black Ops. I think for the vast majority of gamers who play FIFA, they play Call of Duty, they play Black Ops, whatever, for the zombies minigame. I think for those people, they are the vast majority of the gaming audience. I think they'll be hype as fuck for the next Call of Duty. The only game that is going to be bigger than the next Call of Duty game is GTA 6, which I think the vast majority of the gaming audience is like, that's going to be the greatest game ever made. even if it's just going to be like, what's it going to do that's particularly new or fresh? Probably very little. And I think the Half-Life truthers are not aware of that. That, like, Half-Life is not nearly as influential and important with those people who I think make up the majority of the gaming audience. It's a miracle that the kinds of games this little bubble likes get made at all nowadays. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that there are still games that sort of speak to my interests. I'm glad that there are companies like Squeenix who are like making more Final Fantasy games. When I don't think of them as being particularly mainstream, and yet they are making bigger and bigger budget games. Anyway, I should go and have dinner because I'm very hungry. It's been a long day for me. After I've had my dinner, if anyone would like to play some fighting games, I will happily oblige. But yeah, probably no stream. Well, definitely no stream Friday. Probably no stream Saturday. We'll be back again on Monday, I think. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for the stimulating chat, as always. Yeah, I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye-bye.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.